Hi, I'm Samuel Kloss. I'm the director of Charlotte's Web here at Great Theater.
Hello, my name is Adelaide Myron. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the scenic designer of Charlotte's Web.
I'm Gracie Lopez. I'm a senior in high school and I am the costume designer for this show.
My name's Bailey. I am the lighting designer for Charlotte's Web.
I'm Lily. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the sound designer for Charlotte's Web.
Hi, my name is Warner. I am the digital designer for Great Theater Charlotte's Web play.
So my work revolves a lot around directing the actors and how they move on stage, how they say their lines, and everything to do with how I wanted the show to look, how it looked in my mind.
So I applied to be a part of the production team because this is something I've never done before. I'm used to being on the stage, and I've always been fascinated with what's going on backstage, and I've really been curious as to how lengthy and hard of a process this would be, and I was so curious to find out what it was like.
I think what's given me most joy through this project is being able to be behind the camera and fiddle with the settings, and it sounds super nerdy, but just figuring out what looks best on camera and what sounds the best and everything.
My overall vision for the show revolved a lot around the original novel and how that was structured. You can see some of that in the art style that my scenic director helped me to produce and help the show to produce, as well as some of the costuming that you'll see later today, and all of the light elements as well.
I got a lot of my inspiration from Googling images and my mentor Rich, he's great, and also kind of just thinking about what I've seen. So on my way up to my cabin in Minnesota, we drive past a lot of farmland, and so I'd look at barns and I'd kind of get stuff from the real world.
I got my inspiration for my lights from just pictures online. I looked up like fair pictures and like barns in the morning, barns outside. Like I had so many pictures of barns, and I just had to kind of think abstractly and just have a general idea of what tones and like colors of lights I wanted.
I really liked the 1950s idea. So the book came out in 1952 and the director said he wanted it to be a little more cartoony. And I thought that the 1950s would be such a fun way to go because it's so popular but unfamiliar.
My mentor, Colin, has helped me immensely with taking the rough drafts of my ideas and really just blossoming them into legitimate like things that we were able to do, and not just, hey, let's try this, but it's, okay, how do we get to that? What do we need? Or what do we need to accomplish that? And I feel like he's been a great help.
I think I learned just truly how creative I can be. That's something I think I've never really known about myself. And understanding that I can do other things in theater, not just act. I can create ideas and truly like bring them to life, and that's really cool.
Throughout this process, I've learned that I have to be patient, because with lighting, you can't do the majority of it right away. You have to wait until blocking is set. You have to wait until the set is built. You have to wait for essentially everything. You don't really get to start working until like 2 weeks before the show, which is honestly a little stressful, but it's kind of nice because you're like the finishing touch.
The thing that I'm most proud of coming out of this project is this barn. It's truly insane that it is here, and it came out of my brain and now it's in real life. It's crazy, you guys.
I'm very proud of the work we put in, especially during this unprecedented time of COVID and trying to get all of this done virtually.
There's still a way to like produce a show, even though the majority of us were on Zoom for almost the entire time. I know, at least for me personally, I didn't meet any of the other like designers until Tech Week.
Yeah, something that has surprised me about being involved in this project is how different people think. I haven't really gotten the opportunity to express my ideas in this wonderful way, and everybody else expressing their ideas, I was like, that's a good idea. I really like that. I would never have thought of that. And so thanks to that, we have this beautiful show.
Something I learned about myself is that it's a lot easier to work with a team of people rather than just yourself. With this project, I've gotten to work with a sound person, a lights person, all these other people that make this production work.
I've definitely learned that I can do things alone, but it's better for me to work with others in a very collaborative setting.
I think I'm most proud of the entire design team. Everyone has been working so hard, and they truly did an amazing job, and the show is looking so good right now, and everyone just seems so proud of themselves, and we're at a very happy time right now. And though it's stressful, it's very nice just to see like smiles on people's faces or in their eyes, just them looking so proud of their work.
Okay. One thing I would share from backstage is that you have to look at every single layer. So many little things that go into it, and you always have to be paying attention to it, and everyone else too. At the very end of the show, in the fair scene, there's another pig named Uncle, and he is wearing this sparkly tie, and we thought it would be so funny because he wants to be a prize-winning pig, so why not dress up? And that was just kind of out of nowhere. It wasn't part of my vision.
One thing I would share would be the aircasters that I'm currently kind of sitting on right now. You'll see during the show when the set pieces move, a lot of them are on wheels, and specifically this barn here gets moved up and down with a compressed air tank. So you'll see before the barn moves, it'll all shift and raise, and I just thought that was like the coolest thing when I stepped into here for the first time.
Something to know that happens behind the scenes is there's a lot of cueing that happens. You really have to pay attention to when certain actors come in, and certain words, and other things to look for to get sound effects right on time, to get the volumes of people's voices correct, and other things like that.
Being part of the crew is very different from being on stage. For example, you're a lot more hands-on, you have a lot more, I'd argue you have a lot more creative freedom. You're able to look at your specific department and be like, okay, how can I make this the best it can possibly be? And how can I make it uniquely my own?
I had never done a channel hookup or a light plot, so learning how to do some of those things was very interesting, I guess.
One design element I really encourage people to look or listen for is the multiple web writing scenes that we have. I think the lighting is going to be really cool, and there's a really cool dreamlike sound that's being used for it, and that's just my favorite part of the show.
I encourage you to look for when the show is transitioned into the carnival, to look at the posters on the side of the barn. One of them is my favorite poster, says, "Not since the caveman have people eaten so much food on sticks." And then they have like a corn dog and some cotton candy and stuff like that. And I think that's very funny, so look for that.
I would definitely encourage audience members to pay really close attention to some of the first interactions that our characters have with each other, specifically the goose, the gander, and Wilbur. I find that scene to be very funny, and I believe you guys will too.
Something that has brought me the most joy through this process is when I'm finally able to bring my idea to life and be done with it. And this past week has been so rewarding, being able to be in person and play sound effects and play with microphones and just slowly see everything start to come together for real. I really enjoy it.
When my mentor would ask me a question, I think that's what made me the proudest was, wow, this is my idea. My idea is coming to life, and I'm the one with the answers. It feels really great.
I very highly encourage you to try and work with something like this.